it means on. Face recognition.
If it's blinking, it means it's extra off.
That's right. Live from Toad Hall in Racine, Wisconsin. It's the podcast that does something or other. It's guys, games, and beer. Earwax turns on. Today we are talking about something near and dear to my heart. It's bad.
Near and dear, you say?
About bed. No, we're talking about the dicks of the internet. You know, when you're playing like a game, a nice group, and you're doing good. You know, you got yourself a little ghost going, and god damn, this got really gay fast, didn't it? I'm gonna just have to restart.
Pretty much every show we do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
was essentially giving you a dry will.
then all of a sudden somebody drops the N-bomb. Like, we just kicked them N-words asses. What a bunch of crap. Doesn't it ruin the mood? Yeah, thought they were nice guys. You were working as a team, and now one of them is a member of the damn KKK.
That's easy.
So we're going to talk about sexism, racism, and all those bad isms.
Charles.
Like Freudian.
All those jabronis.
Yes. On this episode of Guys, Games, and Beer. So Larry, why are you such a video game racist?
Intervention.
You're in
a safe place, Larry.
Yeah, just because you play with yourself doesn't make it any less worse.
Hey man.
Disgusting yet whimsical.
I do have a bit of a story related. I was playing. It was out of my pod shop. So outdoor sports activity in the real world, you know.
What?
So we're having a few beers afterwards, and this guy that was on my team's like, you know that Hitler, he didn't have it all wrong.
Whoa.
What?
Watch out for that.
Okay, I will
have
say
it
this.
all wrong.
Yeah,
It was just 90% wrong.
I will say this though, and it will be offensive.
You know,
Hitler was a terrible person, but he did a damn good job. Like, no, I'm not
Being
saying
a terrible person?
He was a terrible guy. He was bad. But that's not even bad.
Drop it.
Word of advice,
Drop it.
stop now.
Really good.
No, just stop now. It's a troll. That was really effective at his job. Terrible person. No, he lost. He really wasn't effective at his job either. He destroyed
trains always ran on time.
History is
That was
If Hitler made video games,
He had a really high kill count, okay, I'll say that.
Most of the guys from Modern Warfare would be there playing.
You know what? I kind of went, oh really? And he's like, yeah. And then he starts to go into the stuff he seemed to have okay. And then it was moving to all the stuff that was not okay. And I'm like,
Did someone make a frozen
I gotta go.
Let me get my yellow legal pad and write a
I'm gonna actually contribute to the first topic that was mentioned before we get way too derailed. And I do have to say it's only become really a more problem, because there's a lot of anonymity of the internet, obviously, and it's been discussed to great lengths in many places. But on top of that, the amount of people who game now are more than ever. And unfortunately, the more and more people you get in any given group, the more and more individual dickbags they are, and the bad people tend to stand out. Unfortunately, I think we're all pointing at Brian for some reason. I'm not quite sure why.
I don't know. I hate all of
I believe there's a listener or two who would concur with that.
Oh yeah, Brian. I specifically remember you dissing a poor listener and just trolling him.
He was annoying me, and yeah.
Because he was breathing.
There's a lot of people that annoy me.
But regardless, it's just like there are a fair amount of people in the gaming community that are pretty inclusive. It's just I think there are a lot of bad ones that stand out, and I think there needs to be more done in the gaming community to quell that. You know, police your own. You know, like
people in the face.
so we're here to enjoy a common hobby, and like stemming that and like being nice to other people in the community, it only breeds good things. So spread the love and be inclusive, and the next time you hear somebody saying some ignorant shit, friends included, I looked at everybody, myself included,
You looked at everybody.
You try and cut back a little bit. You know, so think about what you're saying before it comes out of your ignorant ass mouth.
As an addition to what
Or
you were
say
saying,
it
remember
by yourself.
when Blizzard
You don't have to
had
extend that
outlet
hatred.
accounts where you would have your real name on there. Because it... Say again?
Bacon? Cup of bacon? Any
No, I'm good. I don't need any sodium and shit in my...
Get
out of here.
No, Brian, he's that.
Yeah, so you guys remember, it was 3 or 4 years ago. I'm gonna talk this loud then. Okay. So you guys remember 4 or 5 years ago now when Blizzard wanted to have real names attached to Battle.net accounts, and they got such a ridiculous backlash for it. I'm still surprised that didn't go through. Because, and you know what, I think it might have been just at the wrong time. Because nowadays, nobody gives a shit. You post something on Facebook.
So you're saying that there was little accountability, but if you had to actually put your name to what you say, maybe people wouldn't be such
And that's the beauty of this too. Now, let's say I'm playing a game and I'm playing against this little pre-puke kid who's got a voice that's cracking more than Rosie O'Donnell's whip.
So basically, you hate little kids.
Hang on, hang on. And he's sitting there spewing out insult after insult. Nowadays, they can get away with it because there's no accountability for it. Let's say when we were all little kids, playing, especially you guys, playing at arcades. If you guys, or even myself, because I played arcades a lot when I was a kid, so I had nothing better to do with my time. If I would have used that same kind of language and attitude with a face-to-face conversation, I would have gotten my ass beat or banned from that arcade.
Yeah, and that's very true. You're right. No, seriously, because there were times if you cut in line and somebody put their order up on the machine for you, whatever. Yeah, basically the guy would punch you in the face, and that's the end of it. So you're right. You couldn't do a dick bag move. You had to be.
You didn't know your name.
It didn't matter. He punched you in the face. Right. You didn't need to know your name at that point.
So my point is, he didn't know your name, but there were still consequences.
Are there abilities? See, I don't do a lot of the on-game. Is there abilities to like shun certain groups or players?
Yeah, but the problem is that.
So are you saying as a racist you could mute out the races that you didn't like? Is that what you're saying, racist, Larry?
Oh, Jesus.
This is my test.
He's not racist. He's an equal opportunity asshole.
No, that's you.
I'd like to apply.
I hate everyone equally.
But here, okay, so here comes the problem.
I love everyone.
But when we talk about where this all comes from,
Inappropriate.
it's inherently built into gaming in general, though, right now, okay? We were just talking before the show started about sexism in video gaming, and sexism and racism and all this. You can connect it all. If you degrade any group, you degrade all groups. So, look at most games with girls in them, okay? Particularly look at a game called Dead or Alive Volleyball. Now, if you
that is an old game, and there are plenty of video games now that have very strong female characters.
and bigger tits.
But there are plenty more that also are in the same
Sexualized.
vein.
I'm trying to think.
Half-Life 2.
So
That game's like 8 years old.
How is okay?
Yeah,
It's newer than his game he just mentioned.
Yeah, but I don't think so. No.
Salmon
Half-Life 2 came out in high school.
I would argue shredding.
I have a question. How is
But regardless, you can't ignore the fact that there is still a problem. There's still a very
Right, and because it's inherent to the games like that, I think it spreads out into the online gaming community as well. Because if you build sexism and racism into the game, and they build racism into the games as well.
Oh yeah, every black person in a video game has to talk like a hood. Yeah.
Thank you.
Half-Life 2.
Half-Life 2?
Yeah. It's the only not racist game there is.
There are definitely offenders, but it's not as bad as some.
But there are quite a few offenders in the game. So
If you look at like Grand Theft Auto series, my God.
yeah.
okay?
And the real gay people is a freaking
And
Call of
that's the
Duty.
thing.
It is, dude.
Rockstar has come out and said that this game, that speaking of GTA 5, that it is a parody of society. It's an exaggeration of what
Yeah,
society is.
I know it's an exaggeration, but the problem is if you instill these things right into the core of the game themselves, then the gaming community is going to react the same way.
But the gaming community only cares about multiplayer. No one cares about story.
would you argue
Probably
that
more than
there's no room?
60 years ago.
Would you argue that there's no room for racial humor
No, that's not what I'm saying.
I'm just elucidating.
What I'm saying is though, if you have sexism in there, and not just sexism for the sake of making it funny, but sexism for the sake of making it offensive.
What? Like when the dwarves hate the humans?
The game where you could see jiggle level
Or the lizard people in
That was Dead or Alive Volleyball.
That was Dead or Alive Volleyball, right?
Yes,
And I love all these decade old
Yeah,
but there's so many
But they make plenty of those games that aren't explicit.
So I can make those references, alright?
But that's the thing. There's nothing that, honestly, I couldn't think of anything newer than Dead or Alive.
No.
That's like,
Well, just
honestly,
think about it in the terms of even like cosplaying. From video game to real life, girls feel like they need to make it sexual in order to fulfill the need of gamer guys.
Mad Moxie.
I know. I've seen some non-sexy Pikachus and stuff.
Okay, but I'm just saying most cosplay.
I'm a guy.
I don't see a
I'm
problem.
gonna
Yeah.
dress
It's the same for guys though.
I think there is.
There's lots of
there is a
guys
line there. I
cosplay
think people
and are
should be able to
like guys
express
will be-
themselves and not be objective.
Really nice looking, they have nothing,
You know,
no idea
if
about
somebody
anime or
wants to
cosplay
dress,
because they look
But on the flip
nice.
side, society looks on that as some sort of virtue as opposed to a
I think the
woman.
problem is that people
dressing in
react to
sexualizing
somebody who
fashion.
dresses in that
It's
way.
the power fantasy versus sex fantasy thing, and it's gone into great depth on the internet, and you can get lost in it for days.
But I'll look it up because we don't get very deep at this show.
Well, you know, you guys sit there and make fun of me.
Yeah, just a tip. We just get the tip.
You guys sit there and rip on me because I'm the wasp of the group. You know, because
we're all a bunch of
a bunch of white guys calling you
But
a
you know,
wasp.
I dress like this because I want to feel sexy.
What did you do a few weekends ago?
I don't remember.
Did you go sailing down to Chicago?
Like
Yes,
twice and
yes,
3
I did.
times, sir.
I got paid to do that. So kiss my ass.
That makes it even
Yes, it does. It means a blue collar motherfucker.
Back on topic. So, the problem is, in my opinion, that is the core of the gaming itself that encourages gamers to be like that.
I think the society, definitely gamer society does some of this.
And I'm just saying the fact that, I mean, there are a lot of jokes that fly by you, especially in this podcast, that, I mean, they really
Oh, we say all sorts of.
We're
disclaimer.
terrible.
But we have a disclaimer because we are terrible people.
The thing is just like, I mean, the gaming community does also have to police each other. Right. You know, and you have to set good examples, because, I mean, otherwise it should slide.
I think there's a difference between knowing you're full of shit and not knowing you're full of
If
shit.
you're watching this show, you're not watching this for good examples. Trust me.
Actually, Travis, you want to
Hey, I'm a good example at times.
Yes, Nubat. Hey, Nubat, do you think that women are marginalized as gamers? That there's a feeling that, you know, serious gamers can't be a girl?
Yeah.
And I think there is too.
counterpoint? Right.
Because the second you say, even as a teacher, I'll tell my kids, oh, I play this game or I do this, and the second you say, I have a PS3 or I play this, kids laugh at you and say, no, you don't. They just don't believe you because you're a girl.
Charlie trolls him though, man. She kicks her ass and then
I'm
she
not saying
talks
this
shit
for
about her.
marriage, but it's like, as a guy, I do that all the time too. Like, I've gone to C2E2 or other comic book fairs, and like, I have no idea what the fuck I'm looking at. I don't know superheroes that well. I felt way out of place. I felt really uncomfortable. Everybody's asking me comic book questions I didn't know. I was like, but that doesn't make me any less of a nerd. You just have to be passionate about something. Yeah, that's all that really matters. Like, fucking my girlfriend's probably putting in like 80 hours in Animal Crossing. I'd say that's pretty fucking hardcore. Like, that's a nerd in one way, shape, or form. There's a big, broad spectrum of nerdism, and I don't think that any of the specific points should be excluded.
Well, I don't think that a girl that's good at modern warfare is any less than a guy that's good at modern warfare. Years back, we were playing against a group of girl gamers on Halo. This is how long ago, unless it's Halo 3. And they, at the end of it, they were talking some shit. So we did get trashed. And they're like, so how does it feel getting your ass kicked by a girl? Like, I've been married for, back then, I've been married for 15 years. I get my ass kicked by a girl every day. You know, there's nothing you can do to me that's worse than that. I really think that people should be valued on their own merit as opposed to anything else that's in there. And I hate the amount of racism and sexism there is in gaming because it really, it makes people feel marginalized. It just makes them feel bad about the game they just had. You're playing with a bunch of great people, what you thought were great people, and then they bust out with all this racist crap at the end of it. And it ruins the whole damn round for me. I leave, and I talk some shit. By the way, my belief on racism is this. A white supremacist is somebody who proves the supremacy of the white people by living in a trailer park and helping his sister. I mean, that's basically my feeling on these people. They're dirtbags who need to feel good about something, and that's all they've got. And that's really how I feel about it. I don't get it. I don't care who you are. If you're into the same stuff that I'm into, great. And if you're not, well, you suck. You're dead to me. Sorry.
That's an interesting point that Travis said earlier, is that the gaming community really needs to police itself. Organizations like the Motion Picture Association of America, the ESRB, these exist to police, and they're basically the governing bodies for their industries.
And they're always trying to sneak a boo. You know, I mean, they can sneak a boo.
Yeah, but then there's also, we do check ourselves, because
the online experience is not rated. Yeah.
Well, maybe
that
should be.
Yes, exactly. I wish that there was another organization that was able to take this seriously. I mean, Xbox Live has the, prefer player, avoid player, report player thing.
Yeah,
I really wish that they could, take the metrics from that. Now, that's just, when you use that, that's just on an individual scale. Why can't we roll this out like, hey, if you're going to be an asshole, you're not going to be able to play with anybody.
Titanfall, they took all the cheaters and put them into a cheater pool. So you keep cheating at Titanfall, you keep getting reported, you're in the cheater pool. There should be a racist pool. They should just put them all in there and they can go ahead and
So, are you saying you're a separatist?
Yes, I'm a separatist. Yeah.
Separate but equal game.
No, I don't think they're equal. I think that racists are unequal.
Actually, another game that...
I think they're an inferior breed and they should be bred out. And they reproduce way too much.
It's minority genetics at its finest. No, racism is another game that had the very same thing was GTA 5 with the bad sport lobby. If you were an asshole and decided to go and kill other people constantly and destroy their vehicles, you would get thrown into a bad sport lobby with the rest of the assholes.
That's a good idea.
It became Lord of the Flies.
Kevin just said something interesting. Kevin just said something interesting. He said that racism isn't genetic. I haven't ruled that out yet. I wonder if there's some kind of recessive gene that makes you racist.
No, Kevin's got a very good
I think it's a good.
Well, no, you know what? I mean, there is some.
There is no gene so far.
No,
so
there is
yeah.
some science about racism. I mean, from a survival standpoint, now, I'm not saying racism is right, we're long beyond it. But if you see a tiger and a tiger, like, generalization of bad things, I guess, is where the basic is what I'm saying. So, if you see a tiger and a tiger attacks you and manage to live, the next time you see a tiger, you're going to run like hell, right? Now, you're not going to wait around to see if, hey, this tiger's okay.
He's my best friend.
Right? But it just doesn't apply once you get to higher functioning civilization. You know, it's a baser part of us, but it doesn't have a place in higher.
I mean, what has the average black person ever done to a white person? I mean, or the average woman ever? Well,
Where's the giant?
but I may have preserved it in most
You know I have an ex.
Alright, yours deserved it. She's in the other bucket.
She's in the bad sport lobby.
Yes, she's in that lobby. She can go in there with the white supremacists.
Wait, prison is America's, the real life version of a bad sport.
Yeah.
That's all I'm getting.
There's a lot of people in there.
It's terrible.
Yeah. Well, interesting number. There's still, right, by percentage, but by number, there's more white people in prison than there are black people, which is not very well known. It's not very well known. But of course, by percentage, unfortunately, we're a horrible society.
It's way off. Kevin, you did bring up an interesting point though, where racism is not, or did you say it was not genetic? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's basically, it's all nature versus nurture.
I was just throwing that out.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, Kevin. It's a lot of it is nature versus nurture.
See, I would argue it's an unlearned. We have to learn that our baser instinct is wrong.
I wouldn't argue that racism is a basic instinct, because if you get like babies, they don't really differentiate at all.
It comes down to good teaching.
Yeah, if they have outside,
I just said recent study that said the opposite.
That's no, even
we are top balance.
What about the U.S. military then? They basically indoctrinate you to follow a specific mentality.
Yeah, that's indoctrination. There's a difference in that. That is nurture versus nature. Nature is we dislike the other. Hence the reason I would right with the money. Survival of the sexiest. So basically, we pick.
That's why I have 42 babies.
Fine, visually pleasing. So blonde hair versus black hair.
Blondie.
Blondes are the best.
Certain tribes will breed for certain things. So, I mean, tribally speaking, it is kind of inherent to us.
And that's
It's inherent. It's easier for us to latch onto if it's nature, you know.
Right.
I mean, obviously it's a little bit of both, but if that stuff is already it's condoned in our culture and it's like kind of bleeding onto us, we latch right onto it because it feels natural.
There you go. Thank you.
there's a go ahead, Wilson.
Well, I was gonna say, do you need another one?
Yes, I do.
All right,
That's an
Mike,
important topic.
let's keep moving this on. Mike, your racism or sexism? What would you like to tackle?
Racism or sexism?
In video games.
Go right on top of that sexism and grind away, will you, Mike?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go for some of the sexism, like, you brought up Dead or Alive, but you also forget about what don't have to.
Oh,
X.
Yeah, all right, well.
Where one of the characters is a teacher whose special move is to have a whip and spank the other one while they're wrestling. That's her special move.
I don't know.
Well, that's just bondage.
Yeah, it's still sexism.
No, that's not
No,
the
other
person's not tied up.
Well, I mean, if they're enjoying being tied up, I don't know if that's sexism.
Well,
Yeah, we're drawing way too many lines.
We can break this up quite a bit.
So, but again, so that's another classic example of something being compared to a game to start.
I don't know if deviant behavior is necessarily sexist, if it's just deviant.
No, I think the way they portray it in that game is sexist.
Alright, yeah. I'm just saying the behavior itself is not
Plus cast, which is dress, costumes, and you can, I believe you can change them. I've never
You
played
can
the game.
change
You can change it.
Yes.
So you put them in a
No, you're saying more scantily dressed than they come originally. So yes.
Have you guys heard of the game Lollipop Chainsaw?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
I have it.
There's an achievement tied to maneuvering the camera to look up her skirt.
So, yeah, that is perverse.
Yeah.
I'm glad I don't have that game because
After a while, like about 5 minutes of doing that, it's a trophy, and then she gives up, and you get to see under her skirt what we fucking do.
But that
But
goes back
here's-
down to
but
exact
creepy.
Yeah, creepy sexism
But
built
here's
into
the
a game.
thing.
I was gonna say, you're not playing to play that game.
Here's the thing about that, though. You
I
can
know,
change your costume where it's like a full like motorcycle suit. Where she
Yeah, but
does it.
But that's not what guys are gonna do. They're gonna pick a short.
you're being sexist.
And then do it.
Smelly, creepy
I
furs
really-
in the base.
Yeah, but that's sexist in and of itself. You just said guys are gonna do this, and that's a general statement.
No, what about girls?
No, but I'm just saying
That's
it's
two
too
separate arguments.
Well, that's if you really want to do it that bad.
I mean, it
if
is-
you're like a perfectionist, then you're just like, oh, fuck me, I gotta do this.
I gotta get that reason.
I don't know, sexism is more of an attitude towards the opposite sex, I think, than wanting to have sex with people. Just because you want to have sex with people or you want to see their underwear does not mean that you are a sexist. That's just human nature. Sexism is when you objectify.
That's how we're all
But
here. We're all here because
The game, yes, itself. I'm just saying that
Yeah.
you're walking on a line here. Looking up somebody's skirt is not necessarily sexist. Objectifying them because of it is.
And that's what the game
Those are
is
two
doing.
different things.
The game, but the game
If you
is
think they're a
saying,
slut because they wore a skirt,
Objectively
that's
objectifying.
sexist. But if you think they're attractive because you happen to like girls in skirts, that doesn't make you a sexist.
You know,
Being attracted to people does not make you a sexist. Objectifying them makes you a sexist.
and again,
You get to
Otherwise, nobody would have sex at
never let
all.
her not get out of the skirt though, then you are being a sexist.
actually, I'm glad you kind of
Well,
along
one
the
of the
same lines.
achievements is to buy every single costume.
You were gonna wear a skirt.
A couple of weeks ago, BioWare released the metrics on what names everyone chose for their male characters and female characters on the Mass Effect series. And they're obviously able to pull these metrics. I wish that there was, I wish that there was a way to tie Microsoft, like, are you a male or female option on the gamer tags, to see how many guys were constantly playing as women characters in that game.
I mean, the voice acting quality was much better on the female Shepard. Yeah. She did win awards.
Hale is one of the best white actors in video games.
We're getting away from the point. We're getting away from the point here.
High five.
I really wish we could see the metrics on something like that too.
I want to say why just did that. Males playing female characters.
Travis does it.
I've done it.
I do it.
I've done it.
My question is,
I've gotten free stuff for it too.
Why does it matter if I want to play?
Another
side of this whole issue.
Collected those metrics. Really? Yes, they have. So there's a big study on it.
Okay,
Well, what did they really say? I mean, I've done it too, but, and admittedly, this was the argument someone made to me, and it made sense. And, I've ever spent 12, 8, 200 hours looking at something.
I want to stay with some
I like women.
I don't think it does.
Oh, there you go.
As a counterpoint to that, when I played World of Warcraft, I played as a male dwarf because I liked the stats that you had on it. The buffs that you got on that game were better, and I didn't give a shit.
Yeah, there's a lot of different reasons why I think people play a certain character on a certain game, and I don't know that sexism necessarily is 100% or there. I think there's probably some, but my voice carries.
I just didn't sound like that.
Sorry. But it goes down to if I think girls in skirts are attractive, I don't think that makes me a sexist. If I think they're a slut because they're wearing a skirt, I'm a sexist. And those are two totally different things.
Really, slut is a loaded term in that context.
Right, exactly. But if I think they're easy because they're wearing a skirt, then I'm a sexist. That is making a judgment based on what she's wearing.
I'm not sure that. I'm not sure. I would characterize that. If you think they should have to because you're a man and they're a woman, that makes you sexist.
Well, I mean, that makes
so wait a minute, you're not a sexist until you think every woman
Well,
is
no,
a sexist?
but here's what I'm saying.
What?
When you
Well, I got
when you start to change, when you start to change the like quality of position or equality of value.
Yeah, if there's a value judgment there.
Yeah.
You can think that somebody's a slut because of behavior. I think you're a fucking slut.
Yeah.
But that isn't because you just happen to wear those short shorts.
But that brings up another issue in that. Why? I mean, that dichotomy.
Listen to the song a second.
Listen to the song for a second.
Good news, everybody. I just precise leg. I just have real. I just
With a little
acquired a
bump and
controller for $75.
Yeah.
Oh!
Nice shot, bro. Yeah.
He's gonna meet me in West Alex.
Yeah, let's enjoy that, John.
Nice job. Okay.
I have a random fact.
I think we.
Wait, I have a random fact because I just said it in the camera. Does anyone know why M. Bison is called M. Bison?
Yes.
Yeah?
It used to be Mike Tyson, right?
No, it was originally Mike Tyson. It was originally, his name was Vega, and Vega's name was Belrog, and Belrog was Mike Bison. And when it was switched over in the arcades to the United States, he just got the rape conviction stuff. So they switched it so he didn't have any.
In a rare nod to.
So yes, anti-rape thing. Just so that it's not all.
Well, good anti-rape.
Anything, Matt?
So much.
Go with it.
No, I just mean in general, there's a ton. One of the things I've been learning, especially like after working in the IT industry itself, which is closely related to the gaming industry, there's a lot of sexism in the industry itself as far as employment. And things like that. I mean, the gaming industry and the IT industry hand in hand are both boys clubs.
I completely disagree with you, but I have a different take on it. So
Let's hear it.
Well, I work in healthcare, and healthcare has a lot of women working. and a lot of women fill IT positions in healthcare.
I'm very happy that your anecdotal evidence
we are probably
gives you
outnumbered.
that view, but
no, I think that's probably an
industry.
industry-wide effect.
But on the numbers,
and I
because
did work with a lot of women in IT positions at GE Healthcare as well. However, everywhere else it is not.
but on the numbers of women that are trying out for IT positions, the same as men. It's got to be a percentage by how many women are trying out for IT positions as opposed to men. I do agree with you.
It's not really fair.
But I don't
This
know.
woman is taking that job, but she doesn't want it either.
Like we have had we've had probably. We've only had like 3 women apply by us for IT positions.
Right.
2 were actually unqualified. 1 was qualified and didn't take the job. So that doesn't make the decision sexist. It's just that 2 of them really were not qualified, even though they had people skills and they had, which is one thing we do look for in IT by us. And they did have like a baseline skill, but the problem is we needed somebody to get in there right away, and we had our pick. We needed people who were high tech, and nobody other than the one woman that was very, very capable and we would have liked to have had her, wanted to go for it, and she just took another office. So I just don't know when you're getting, I would say we're almost 10 to 1 men applying for the job. It's hard to say that it's a sexist decision when you don't have enough women that are
Right,
qualified.
but now is the root of that at the fact that just not many women are applying, or are women even being barred from entering the field at the school level?
I think it's probably a little bit of both.
It is.
Honestly,
I think that, and I know there have been studies on this as well, where women are actually being discouraged from taking computer science courses, from
which is
taking
ridiculous.
programs.
Because whoever should be able to do the job should be in there. And I think
Absolutely.
I think
And
most
there
IT
are a
people
lot of-
feel that way.
I think there are a lot of forward thinkers in the IT industry now that haven't been in control up until the last 5-10 years that are helping that problem get better. But historically, and even up till today, I think it's been a huge problem. There's a lot of evidence to support.
I think certainly that there's a feeling, I think, among women that it's hard to get into IT if you're a woman. I don't know if the reality of it is hard if you're capable of doing the job and you're good at it.
But then again, if you determine to begin a unified table program going out, then that starts to sexism into the
Definitely, right? Yeah,
exactly. Because you got a bunch of
that,
guys in the industry,
right?
But then you get the occasional female or the occasional whatever who have those issues, objectifying.
I think if you're looking at the reverse and you're a male looking to predominantly women, you're going to be looking at that job a little bit harder whether you want to versus all women. You know, and
for different reasons.
Yeah, I can tell you this right now, working in a school environment is entirely different than working in, because school environment is mostly female.
Because they're the
Really
education
different than the summer program that I work with, that is mostly male, where it's the park staff there is mostly male guys.
But it's
park
also,
maintenance.
it's mainly for sports and stuff too.
Well, yeah, but it's still working with
girls can
kids.
play sports.
I'm just saying, that's probably
But
why
no,
it's
working
not
in an environment of all
popular.
women, I kind of feel like I have to walk on eggshells because I don't want to upset anyone. At all.
But
Yeah, they make me do all the physical
They do
labor
some
crap
jokes.
because I'm a
With
guy
all
and it's
nurses.
easy for me.
Yeah.
No,
Oh my
I
God.
was never going to say
it works
nothing.
both ways. I'm objectified. Not sexually. Yeah.
Welcome to the politically correct nation that we live in today, guys.
well, I mean, everybody's sexist.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It has nothing to do with political.
And I think every group that gets into there has a little bit of sexism built in, but I think you should really fight that and try and get a better mix.
Well, like
because I
Travis said, all you have to do is call it out.
but that's a difficult thing to do too, because you know, like
No,
especially
somebody's being a douchebag, call him out, being a douchebag.
no, online, yes.
Yeah, you guys tell me that all the time.
Yeah, you're a douchebag.
And it's always awesome when you get that golden gem where you can hear the mom in the background over the headset go, "What did you say to that other person?" And then you can hear the smacks and then the apology. And it's like, yes, thank you for being an active parent in the role that you should be
now
playing.
please sit with your kid the rest of the time he's gaming. Alright, I think we've really beaten a dead racist.
I'm proud of us guys.
I wish. And a dead sexist. We talked about that, but I think we all agree that I think the environment would be much better if it was a little bit more open.
Yeah.
But that's stooping to our level, Kevin.
And I don't want to hear your racist crap, honestly. And I don't want to hear your sexist crap, honestly, when I'm playing a game. I'm there to escape from real world stuff, and I don't want to hear.
I'm just there to kill your ass. I don't care what your political views are. I don't want to hear any of your racism. I don't want to hear any sexism. I just want to see that bullet go through your head.
That's right. Yeah. And thank you very much. We're going to go on to segment number 2 because, my God, we're time short.
Yeah. This might be the most highbrow conversation we've ever
had. Yeah, highbrow on that. I'm not going to lie.
I use the word dis.
Yeah, there we go. It's time for everybody's favorite segment. Alright, it's fine. Show and tell! Yay! I got Larry.
Whip your head back really quick.
I love you, Larry.
Not you, him.
Okay, so who wants to go?
So I told you to whip your head back really quick.
What's up, bro?
So who wants to start with show and tell?
Brian wants to show and doesn't want Rob to tell.
Hey, the U.S. military has a don't ask, don't tell policy that was repealed.
Alright, so what do you guys
So now we show and tell.
I got a 3-parter.
Oh, Tad's got 3
Just mine.
Okay.
So first and importantly, Baka Forest Games Help Wanted came out. It just came out. We shipped out to Kickstarter backers. Exclusive to Kickstarter backers until August. Played it for the first time this last weekend, and man, is it awesome and
We
hilarious.
played the prototype earlier.
Yeah, we played it at MGC. Forrest brought along with him. The cards are beautiful, the artwork's great, and it's just hilarious. I just picked out, I took 2 random stacks, and I picked up some of the more salacious cards, like a piece of dynamite shaped like the Bible, a penis sucking stand. I'm hot, straight guys I'm so hot, straight guys want to urinal suck me. I have a donkey show in my basement. I have an ass load of morphine, and I run a highly active Nazi camp. So these are some of the solutions that you'll be able to use in the game to solve crazy problems and just make up creative stories on how to solve them.
And where can you get it? That's the best part of that.
Do you want me to hold it?
Yeah. The creative story.
That's the thing. It's like, okay, so I mean, they really wanted to go with replayability in mind. So instead of like the shock value of like Cards Against Humanity per se, you actually weave the story yourself, and you can actually get pretty creative. They've got 500 different cards on there.
Do you want me to grab the cards for you?
Oh yeah,
While
sure.
you're doing
If
this?
you want, go ahead. Just some of the ridiculous ones. But I mean, there are tons of regular ones and stuff as well in there too. I just decided to choose some of the most disturbing ones. But yeah, no. So you actually choose up to 3 cards around. You create a story, or you basically create a solution to the problem that somebody reveals that round, and you actually can combine elements to make up, a solution to the problem, and then the judge picks the best one. The second thing I have to show is not board game related, but it is a very, very simple, unassuming USB cable that, when plugged in, powers up. It's got EL wire in it, and it is very, very cool. Let me go ahead and plug this in.
He said it is very, very cool.
Very, very cool. I don't even think it runs off battery power. So, doesn't even work off battery. Too bad.
But anyway, it lights up.
It does light up. So basically, it actually shows when you're charging, so I'll skip that. Wow. The last thing I have is Epic Spell Wars. I picked this up last week. It's got the same artist who does artwork on Adventure Time. It's up to 6 players, and basically you play as a different wizard. Each wizard has their own special abilities, as well as their common spell components. You use up to 3 parts to make ridiculous spells that you fire at your opponents and blow them up into crazy adventure bits. Yeah, basically part of the description of this game is tear each other limb from limb in an orgy of killing. Do you have what it takes to use Epic Spell Wars? So it's really good, really fast-paced, kind of like ridiculous, and makes you laugh your ass off. It's pretty easy to get into after you kind of get a handle on the rules. It took me a couple readings to actually get the hang of it, but really good, really highly recommended. It's been out for about a year now, so. Who's next?
Hey, stay show.
I got some stuff to show. So, about 3 episodes ago, we had, 2 episodes ago, we had Mike Kennedy from Retro Magazine on. And as you know, during the episode, I was actually subscribing to the magazine as we were interviewing him. So I have received my first issue, which is issue 3, and Mike was very nice and also sent me issue number 2. So I got one back issue as well. And again, I gotta say again, nothing like having the classic magazines again. You know, online magazines, disc-based magazines, there's something about just actually having a nice glossy bag.
And that is an excellent magazine, by the way. The quality of it is just great.
The writing in here is freaking amazing.
Dude, we got Sheen Baby.
I know, but everybody,
everybody's excellent.
I think the whole staff is really amazing. So if you get a chance, look them up online. It's retro. Oh, crap.
It's
we'll have a link in the show notes. We've got a link on our website, anyways, to their site.
It's Read Retro.
Read Retro. That's it.
.com.
Again, amazing magazine. And the reason again I want to talk about the magazine is because something else I've been making a point to collect are compilation discs of magazines. So like this is every Compute Gazette on a single Blu-ray DVD. Now it is cool to have all these old magazines, and the company that did these has done just an amazing job scanning.
So are they legal? Are they legit?
I doubt it.
Okay.
I don't think they have permission. But it's great. Where else would you get all this information? I mean, you know.
Well, they were wonderful magazines. Compute was just amazing.
So Compute Gazette, Compute was the main magazine.
And the Gazette
then they had Gazette, they had Compute Commodore. I think they had all the different sub-magazines as well. But he's put all the editions on one single Blu-ray, which is really cool.
Was Run there?
I don't remember if Run was this. I don't think so, no. I don't think that was the same thing. And same thing here. So here's another thing. All the CU Amiga out of England.
Now we're talking. Yeah.
All on 2 Blu-ray DVDs, which is just amazing to have in this way. So they scanned in all the printed material. You get all the printed material, and they copied all the cover discs and cover DVD CDs are on here too. So you get all those as well.
Nice.
It really is beautiful. These are great collections. Now, these come and go. So to find these, you look on eBay for compilations. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. You look on eBay for compilations, and you'll periodically find these listed. They come and go. eBay does not really like these because I suspect they're not legitimate copies.
I don't think you want to receive any fan mail or anything like that.
So, but that being said, nothing beats out just a good classic gaming magazine. I mean, it's cool
to have
right
out the toilet.
Correct. Cool to have these. And so,
a laptop on your lap when you're pooping.
Yeah, but I don't like having a laptop on my lap. It burns my thing.
It goes in the toilet.
That's a problem.
No, my laptop gets really hot on the bottom.
It only burns your dick if you get an erection.
My laptop is really warm.
He likes to
Just put it down. All right.
Show this
Oh, you got it hooked up.
Yeah, it just didn't work on the higher amperage for some reason. But yeah, it actually speeds up and slows down as higher the battery gets.
And they come in multiple colors.
Yeah, so basically you get the cable itself comes in white or black, and then you get the EL wire on it. It comes in green or blue from everything I've found. I've looked around a bit for other colors. Those are the ones I've seen so far, but it's a really cool effect. I saw it at a bar once, and I had to have one. So now I do, and I think I'm going to order more now that I know they actually work. So I wanted to make sure before.
Yeah, I'm sold on that one.
I'm ordering because I'm going to order some.
And I already get Retro magazines, so. And you should too.
All right, who else got something to show?
Well, you know, I went to New Orleans, and I went to the bar that was featured in Bar Rescue called Spirits. And in there, they came up with one of their things that they were going to do is an exciting glass to drink from. Now, the one that they show in the show is a little different than this. The one in the show is bigger, and it's got these big, funny eyes on it. I actually kind of like this one better. It's a little cleaner, a little easier to handle in that. The drink that comes with it is their classic Resurrection drink. I find that drink a little too sweet myself. It's like tastes like a blue raspberry sweet tart. It's just a little too much for me, but I do love the glass. And if you're down in New Orleans, I suggest you check this place out. It's really cool.
Is that glass supposed to be a skull?
Yeah,
so yeah. Looked like that's what I thought the first time I saw it.
So Larry, did you grab any beignets from Cafe Du Monde when you were down there?
Here, this is it has a couple different settings. I did go to the Cafe du Monde.
Isn't that place fucking amazing?
Yeah, I don't know how you walk on. Basically, if you don't know what they are, they're basically just French donuts. They're square and they got a ton of powdered sugar on them, just a ton. I don't know how anybody just doesn't walk out of there looking like a snowman.
Back when the 20th century market, was just down the street a couple of years ago before they closed, they were selling the beignet mix from there.
You can buy the beignet mix at the Central Market, and you can buy it all over the place. Ironically, usually at the thing is usually more expensive than like somewhere else. But actually, in this case, it was cheaper to buy it at the place rather than a side place. It was like a buck markup everywhere else.
Does the average person know what a beignet is?
They explained it.
Oh,
it's a square French donut with a shit load.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's a more elegant sort of funnel.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just, I'm willing
That's
to
the most
pay whatever
cultured thing
caviar
ever
I
said
pay
on the
for
show
a
right there.
because that's just something about me.
Yeah, coming from Larry.
What?
The most cultured thing said on the show from Drunk Larry.
Yeah, that is. Well, what else do we got?
Did you bring the achievement list?
Central Grocery's still there.
I didn't.
I ate my muffaladas.
What else do we got?
They
Noob?
say they're the most
Noob's got
original
something to show.
muffaladas.
Yeah.
I think we got pretty good muffaladas in Kenosha at Tanudas. So
What did you say, rufaladas?
What's in a muffalata? I've never even heard of that.
You say
You never heard of it?
Roofiladas?
It's basically like a sub sandwich, but instead of getting like an Italian bread or a French bread or whatever, they basically make a pizza bread, this thick, cut it in half, and then put meats and all the olive mix and all kinds of stuff inside it. No lettuce, so nothing to distract you.
Spoken like a true Wisconsin.
That's right. And then you just they cut it in like quarters, and then you just eat it like
So
that.
it's a po' boy on steroids, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, more or less, yeah.
More or less, yeah.
Well, thank you for that sandwich interlude. How about it, Noob? What you got there, buddy?
Since I love Deadpool,
Oh God, put that away!
I got a new shirt from FYE.
Very nice.
I just had to get it.
Oh, I like
saw
that
it
a
hanging
lot.
up, and I was just like, I have to get the shirt. And I think it fits perfectly with anything that Deadpool does.
That is the most adorable thing I've ever seen.
It is adorable too.
Dang, nice.
That's all about me, so I don't know.
Anybody else got anything good?
I do.
What you got?
Am I the last?
I totally kicked the camera, but
Say,
I did too.
I
have something, but
I just have good news.
Last
Ooh.
word, Brian Raybon.
Yeah. Sounds like something
All right,
NPR.
so this will be quick. I got a new phone this weekend
Lower,
because
so we can see your head.
We can raise it up for you. Ready, go ahead and say it.
Back up a little bit.
Yeah,
That
that's a...
too, yeah.
You can just back away.
There you go.
We have
through logic. So I got the new HTC One M8, the 2014 edition. It's pretty sweet. It sounds pretty good with the dual speakers on the front. Really fast phone. I like it so far. That's it.
New bet, you got news?
I got news. I got a job at a school district as a teacher aide.
Yay!
Which means I can hopefully leave Culver's and then work
bring a little
this
kid
summer.
to show?
Huh?
I did bring a child.
You brought new.
God damn it!
That is rough.
But yeah, so I get to work at the school district for the rest of the school year and then start next school year. And this summer I'll hopefully be working at a sport camp with Ben and Alex. I'm excited.
Wow, that's something to hope for. Anyway,
Does anyone else think of ears?
No props?
Right now? Ears?
Alright.
no props?
Brian?
I've got
Brian.
props, guys.
I like your prop.
Thank you. So do
And
I.
props.
So it's the last word, and I'm standing way too close again.
No, it isn't. I get the last word.
You have to
Go.
tell me, man.
Well, second one. I have. It's the
Can I just reach
penultimate.
out, like, squish his head in the camera?
No, Halo 5 Guardians was announced earlier this week, and
Up.
I brought my little fucky rock. I brought my little friend with me today. My other little friend.
friend with him today.
You pulled out of your pants.
Yes. No. Yeah, Halo 5 Guardians was announced this week, and I don't know about you guys, and it's probably a no, but I am like ridiculously fucking excited for this game. You have no fucking idea, internet.
Halo game or what?
So,
Yeah, it's a new Halo game.
Another
I think
Halo.
Destiny will kick its ass.
So is that gonna be on the Xbox?
Say that one more
Is that
time.
going to be on the Xbox by chance?
No, it's going to be on the PS5.
Yeah.
Yeah, PS5.
Big reveal here on G2B. You get that kind of stuff every week from us.
You can take that to the bank.
That's right.
And then have it bounce.
You may not know this, but Rob is an expert on whether or not action figures are appropriate managers. So is this some management material?
I believe that Master Chief indeed is an appropriate manager of men. Don't ask.
Well, on top of Halo 5, the Master Chief Collection was also announced. The HD remakes for HD 2.0 remakes of Halo CE, Halo 2, Halo 3, and Halo 4. All of the Alpha Canon Halo games are going to be brought to the Xbox One. And again, ridiculously...
Brian,
I don't know.
Brian, when do you think we'll see Halo 3 on the PC?
Wait, say that one more time.
When do you think we'll see Halo 3 on the PC?
On a scale of 1 to time travel, I'm going to do negative 25. So
I'm going to give it 2 humpback whales on that scale.
I, on the other hand, go 3.5 frosted pancakes.
I'm going a dead baby seal.
Dead baby seals.
I'm going to dead baby
No
seal.
dead baby
Are we going to
seals.
devolve the podcast to dead baby seals?
No
Dead baby seals.
This is an animal-loving podcast.
This guy
okay?
just
We are
loves
not-
Yeah, I love the way they taste on my sandwiches.
Speaking of animals,
I had sex with several. Okay,
Dead baby seals or baby seals?
I mean, right.
That's a real question.
Pac-Man's an animal, right? I mean,
is Pac-Man an animal? I don't know what the hell he is. I thought that's part of the... But I brought my Pac-Man backpack. I love you, Pac-Man.
I don't want to steal it from you.
And I want to wear you on my back.
He has the straps pulled all the way up.
I do. I have it like an English school kid's.
Oh no, you fixed it already.
But anyway, yeah, I got this from GameStop's point reward system, which I highly don't recommend. But the backpack's pretty cool, so I really liked it. So, I want to thank you guys for watching Guys, Games, and Beer. Next week is our anniversary episode, folks. And we got Tiffany on. That's right, the most popular girls on the internet will be on Guys, Games, and Beer next week. So tune in. That is a very special episode. It is a very special episode.
That's when Noob joined you.
Dude, they drink like us.
So wait, we're gonna have more of us, but the same level of drunkenness is the recipe to do it.
That is pretty much right.
I might have to drive me home that day.
Yeah.
But what about me? What if I want to drink?
Oh!
You know, there's gonna be gonna be other females on the show for once.
There's other females on the show all the time.
You gave her the ring. It's just all over.
This episode of G2B is brought to you by Safe Ride, providing rides for drunken idiots.
Like
Since
me.
whenever it was,
I also live in walking distance.
So please, ladies and gentlemen, drink stupidly, drive safely. Have a good one. Thank you. Come visit us at www.guysgamesandbeer.net. Win free games on our Facebook page, www.facebook.com/guysgamesandbeer.